Art log number 13. So in this video, I wanted to talk about my plans going forward as far as my art career and basically how I can simplify this as quick as I can, just for this video's sake. But recently, I planned to go to one college, and it's downtown. I've been wanting to go to this college for maybe 4 years now, since my senior year of high school. And when I was in high school, I wanted to just be an architect because I thought, you get to draw stuff at least. Like, I didn't want my family to not, have my back trying to be an artist and stuff like that, a game artist, and they wouldn't understand it. So I was like, okay, this will make them happy, and I'll get to draw a little bit by doing architecture. But as I had gotten closer to the end of my high school years, I started realizing what I actually wanted to do, and that was to be a game artist, a game concept artist, or a game illustrator. So I started pursuing this college. The first time I applied, I got denied because I had a 1.2 GPA, and so I went to community college. I got my GPA up to about 3.8, and the closer I got to wanting to attend this college, the more nervous I started to get because I didn't really understand what they were going to be teaching me there. I'd look at the courses, and there'd be 2-dimensional art classes in the whole major, and then the rest of the major classes were 3-dimensional art, which is not what I wanted to do, primarily at least, right? So what I decided to do, I decided to try to look up student art and maybe understand, like, okay, this is what the students are doing, like this is what to expect when I'm in there. But I wasn't able to find that either, which really started to worry me. I'd spend hours and hours trying to find student art from that college, or student reviews from the game art major at the college. None of that ever came up. I found a couple, like a handful of students that attended the college, and I saw their student work, and I wasn't really, like, it looked good, but like it didn't really scratch the itch that I was trying to scratch. You know what I mean? Like, it was more like if this is what the results of 4 years at this college is, I don't think I want to attend, because, and that's not to down the student at all, right? Like, it's just it's a matter of knowing what you want and what they're giving. So I decided not to to pursue the college anymore. And this wasn't like an overnight decision, right? It was like over the course of 4 years, and being in denial and seeing red flags and not really taking them seriously. So I decided, I was just like, all right, well, if I don't go to this college, what am I going to do? Because I've spent 2 years at this community college trying to pursue, this major at this college. And now, I don't have any plan. I don't have any game plan, because I've been spending the last 4 years of my life planning on what to do when I get into college, what to do before and what to do after, what to do while I'm there, and what my plans are overall. So I was and I realized, like, man, like, I'm kind of lost right now. I don't really know what I want to do. And this is in the present, right? Like, this isn't like 2 years ago. This was like a month or two ago that I realized this. And so basically I decided, and this was, again, like a way harder decision than I've ever made in my life. But I started to entertain the idea of attending this school known as FZD School. And it's a long shot. It's definitely a long shot, but I'm willing to take that shot, because it's I know that if I can get through to that school and attend there and work my ass off, that I will get the results that I'm looking for. And that could be the same at any college, honestly, if you just work hard enough. Some places you'd have to work harder than others, right? But if you work hard enough, chances are you'll get what you're aiming for. But my whole plan is to go to FZD School, and it's the school that I've looked up, and you can see before and after for student works, and you can see everything that they're doing per term. You can see the student work after they graduate, what companies the students have been going to, and it's a 1-year program. But the only difference between this 1-year program and the 2-year program that I was going to be at under the game art major at this college that I wanted to attend at first was that the The other college was really basic. The classes are really basic, like entry level classes. That I would be paying about 27,000 a year to attend for 2 years, where I didn't really see any student work. I didn't see any student art. I didn't see any student reviews. I didn't, it was virtually impossible to find like anything. Like I said, I spent hours trying to find out, like, okay, like, what are the students doing? Like, where are the students going after college, etc. I couldn't find anything. And when it came to FZD school, it was almost the complete opposite. Now, the problem, or I guess you could say the problem that I have to face right here is that FZD school is in a whole nother country. I have never, I'm 21 years old. I've never left my country at all, and no one in my family has, other than my uncle, who is a Marine. And you know what I mean? So that's a serious, that is a big investment. And the college that FZD school is 29,000 for the year program, and the results are there. It's definitely, and the biggest difference between like class wise is that FZD school is very, very, very compact. Like or I think compressed is the better word. You're doing a lot more work in a shorter amount of time, which is what I want. I want something that's going to push me as hard as it can push me, so that I can push myself to just build those habits and just not be going to class and doing the most basic thing that was meant for the average person to be able to pass. I want the classes that most people can't pass, that actually pushes me to be a better artist. So the school is in Singapore. I live in the United States. So my goals right now are basically to go from where I am now in Chicago all the way to Singapore for a year, and then to come back. And then from there, I basically try to, start up my career. And I'll be trying to log this as best I can through my art logs. Like I said, it's a very recent decision. Like, if you look at any of my drawings so far, like they've been lacking in something, be it anatomy, like anyone else would. Like, everyone has their weaknesses, right? But for the past 2 years, I've been teaching myself through watching videos and taking Udemy courses and stuff like that, just teaching myself how to draw. And yeah, so like I've basically been building up a portfolio to submit to this school. So like, hopefully they accept me. I hope that this is good enough to show that I am serious about pursuing the career and stuff like that, because in order to attend the school, you have to submit a portfolio. And this is, these things that I'm showing right now and some others are going to be in my portfolio. So hopefully, I pray to God, that I'm able to get accepted. And obviously, like, I'm very nervous about this, because not only do I have to take out the loan for the school, but I have to take out the loan for living expenses, which is also like really hard to calculate, because this is a whole nother country. My plans as far as like staying, where I'm gonna stay, are like the fact, like, I'm gonna try to find somewhere where I can rent a room, per se. Like, instead, like, or I don't know if per se was even the right word, but I'm gonna try to rent a rooms, because that's like 3 times cheaper than trying to rent a whole apartment by yourself. And hopefully I can get someone that that is also a student. That way it's not like I'm renting a room with like some old guy that doesn't, so that's my plan there. And it's definitely like a long shot, it definitely is, but I just take it so serious that I'm willing to go to another country to pursue what I want to do for the rest of my life. I'm very grateful to know what I want to do, and now it's just a matter of willpower and just trucking through it. So yeah, and obviously, like, people think I'm crazy. Like, my family's like, oh, I can't believe, like, you're very bold to want to go to a whole nother country, stuff like that. But if you know what you want to do, you'll, like, no one's gonna do it for you, right? And I don't want to wait any longer. I've been already spending the last, like, almost every year out of high school trying to go to this one college, and only now have I realized that I didn't want to go to that college at all, but I wanted to go to this one. So Like there's no better time than now. But with the pandemic going on, I'm just waiting that out, trying to study as much as I can before I make that transition. And there's gonna be a lot of things that I have to find out before I go, but and emergency funds, like all that stuff. So basically, in this video, I just wanted to explain this before I do it, because it's definitely like in the back of my mind. I definitely doubt sometimes that like whether or not I'm even gonna be able to go. But now it's getting to the point where I don't even want to think about not going. You know, at first I didn't want to think about going because I didn't want to get my hopes up and you know, get so emotional about it, because I am very, very, very emotional about, you know, taking this big, giant fucking leap of faith into like literally the unknown. Like I don't know what to expect here. And definitely there's so many places things can go wrong, especially with a plan like this, you know, being a 21-year-old student, not knowing really what I want out of you know, well, not knowing what I want, but not knowing what to expect. I don't really have anyone that can tell me like, oh, you know, if you're going to this country, do this and that. I have to look these things up and do my research, obviously, you know. So yeah, that's art log number 13. I just basically wanted to be a little transparent. Not really anyone's watching these videos, but I do want to be able to look back on these videos someday and see what my mindset was at the time, and see what, like, because it's definitely something that doesn't just happen. You know, it's I can't explain it, but I'm definitely nervous. I'm definitely, you know, doubting myself whether or not I can do this. But the last thing I want is to just be, you know, 40 years old one day and just be like, man, I really wish I went to that college. I like, that's what scares me more than anything. That legitimately scares me more than going and something wrong happening. You know, it's just like it'd be such a waste of it'd be such a waste of, like, I don't know, like, but anyways, that's this art log. Hope you guys are staying safe, and see you guys later. Terra's out. Peace.